back into the show. So we get the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, taking on, I guess, the best friend's protege, which I did not realize, Wheeler Yuta. This was a showcase match, I think, for Wheeler Yuta to be like, hey, he's a guy, right? He can
This
go
guy's
with the best
good.
of them.
And we go,
right.
yeah,
But
good.
it was still like Sammy Guevara is the fucking man.
Yes, and I
another
like that.
guy. Another guy with a major pop, Texas guy there.
Oh, yeah. Now, I liked, that Sammy's still going over, but they make this kid look good, this Wheeler Yuta, and fine. I'm worried about diluting the best friends at this point. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to have another.
Well, if we're breaking kayfabe, let's break kayfabe for just a quick second. Trent had neck fusion surgery, so we don't know if Trent's coming back.
Ever.
Right.
Right.
So if Chuck's going to hang out, he's got to have a best friend. So if we're going to transition, okay. But to your point, it was the best friends. Then we added Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Now we added Statlander.
Now, DX did this too, right? Like, so if there's two guys in their tag team and one guy's going to continue with the brand name because you don't want to, like, lose that merch thing, then it's weird if you just replace the one guy because then people are like, eh. So you just make it like a group, right? Like, yeah, it's a bunch and it's a faction, and that's fine. I guess we'll roll with that. But this match again, fine, not my style, right? There's a whole lot of this, like, Wheeler has got to, like, position himself at a 45-degree angle instead of a 32 while Sammy's going to the top rope, and I'm like, why are you doing that on the mat? Like, you just lose me. I'm like, guys, I can't do this, right? Like, a whole lot of the hand holding, that kind of stuff, where great athleticism, can do things I can't do.
Right, but
that's,
you lose me.
You'd be better fitted for Cirque du Soleil if you're just trying to show me things that I can't do with my own body, right? Like, I want a story for why you guys are fighting.
Yeah, and that, how's the best way to say that? When you do the hand holding, or like how you describe waiting for the spot to happen, it's as if you're watching an action movie and you see the wires holding up the action star. It takes you out of the moment.
I'm thinking of a very specific spot where Sammy's in the corner, right? And they traded some spots or something. Now Wheeler's like laying on the ground. He's got to wait for Sammy to go up top and hit his move. But Wheeler realizes he's a little out of position. So he just starts, like, kind of doing the little shimmy to get at the right angle. And I'm like, don't do that. Let Sammy can handle that in air, or, like, don't do that. Like, somebody needs to be talking to some of these folks where, like, that's the stuff that I'm talking about, like, where the Young Buck style and this kind of, like, flips and shit bothers me. It's because you guys don't have the timing down. And I'm telling you, it's near impossible to get the timing down because, like, stuntmen get the timing down because there's fucking cuts and there's editing. Like, that's what they mean by slow it down, is because you're doing it too fast where you guys can't connect at the right time without fucking breaking each other's faces. So, like, fine. This was an athletic show of greatness, and Sammy gets to look hot shit and be like, look at my dick.
In his home state. Yeah.
But that was it for me.
Right.